What's up, guys? Today, we're gonna rank which fish is the most submissive and breedable in the angler. Okay, maybe that was half the truth. While we won't be ranking the fish on how submissive and breedable they are, we will be creating a tier list of the fish on the new Japan map, Hokkaido, in the angler. And while there's a lot of beautiful fish like this feral koi here, there are some that are absolute stinkers. So let's get into it. Okay, in Japan, we have 19 fish, ranging from crabs to koi, and even some other trout species and other really unique fish mixed in. And here's our tier list, with S being the superior fish, the best fish on the map, and F probably a fish you'd find in Brobra's toilet. First fish we're going to rank is the Japanese eel. It's kind of meh. It's just a slimy brown noodle. So I'm going to start this tier list by placing this eel in the C category. He's choking his eel.
He's also doing the stinky leg at the same time.
Oh yeah. Now the crab is anything but meh. It is probably one of the coolest species to add to this game, to a fishing game in general. I mean, there's not a lot of fishing games that have crustaceans. It's always just regular run-of-the-mill fish. And the model is done so well. Look at the claws. Look at how its mandibles, its mouth is moving. It is the chef's kiss when it comes to fish in the angler. With that being said, the crab goes in F. Just kidding. It goes in S. It is probably my favorite out of all these fish. Now, the Taimen, being the biggest fish on Hokkaido, is definitely gonna get a high rank for me. And being a big predatory fish, this one's gonna be an easy A for me. It's not quite S tier, but man, it's right up there. I'm already gonna tell you, this one's going to S tier. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Look at the head on this thing. It literally looks like a python. The northern snakehead is S tier, S tier, S tier. You cannot change my mind. And without further ado, I'm going to plop this thing right on S. And if you disagree, haters gonna hate. The Japanese dace is a good change of pace. Wow, that rhymed. Okay. Anyways, not a big predatory fish like the ones we've just seen. Just a smaller, really colorful fish. And these patterns at first, wasn't a really big fan, but I've kind of learned to love them. I might be in a good mood, and I'm going to be generous with this one. The Japanese dace is going in tier A. Caitlin said it best.
It looks kind of sus.
This fish is probably the most phallic one we've seen yet. And if we are ranking them off of how submissive and breedable they are, the loach would go S tier. But I'm going to put the loach at A tier, right ahead of the Japanese dace. Look at this fish. I really love the model, the body style, how the fins are. I also really like the eye, the art of the eye. Looks super realistic, but the scales and the coloring seems a little bit off. Now, I'd love to rank it higher. I've been ranking actually a lot of these fish pretty high. I'm going to have to put this one on B tier. For the dead-looking AU sweetfish, I think we need to consult Drunk Nate for this one.
Plead the fifth.
Who folded it? Who bent my sweetfish? If I find out who bent my sweetfish, oh, gonna have trouble. Your Honor, the jury has seen enough. Condemn the AU sweetfish to F tier, and may Brobra forever spray it down with WD-40. The Amur? I don't know. Amur catfish, it definitely doesn't look like your normal catfish. It almost looks like a mini Wells. So to its credit, for almost looking like a Wells catfish, I'll probably rank it a little bit higher. But because it's not a Wells catfish, I can't give it an S or A tier. So to B tier goes. The chum salmon look so sick. Look at the patterns on the side of them. Look how the jaw, the beak has the little curl like the male fish have. This fish is so cool. Until I saw how we hold it in the catch screen. What is this thing? Why am I holding it like I'm choking a chicken?
I know, right?
This is a very sus. This looks like you're... Whoa. This looks like you're trying to pose to take a picture that nobody wants to see. And because the catch screen is so creative, that's an easy A tier. Oh boy. Or should I say, oh coy. Oh, we finally have the feral koi. In my opinion, is the best fish in Hokkaido. For one, the variations differ so much from fish to fish. Every fish you catch is different. I think that is so cool. Also, the detail in the scales is perfect. With the little glistening that you see on the sides, the only thing that could make this fish better is even more color variations. But I think that's overkill. It's absolutely overkill. This fish is an S tier. I think everybody would agree with me. This fish belongs at the top of S tier. For the cherry salmon, there's not much to be said. It's a good looking trout. I mean, salmon, not a trout. Trout, salmon, same thing, same difference. But there is a downfall, and you'll see it in this clip here.
You'll have to chum all those.
Oh,
fish
you're
back
right.
in.
What the heck is going on with its mouth?
It's like an animatronic, isn't it?
What the?
like a
What
Billy
type
Bass.
of derpy like little? It goes from like trout to like sucker. Because of that, I can't give it any higher than a B tier. I'm gonna be really generous with the Dolly Varden. I think they got some cool colors going on, but man, if you look at a real Dolly Varden, it looks nothing like this. I don't know what they were thinking. Honestly, I should put this in the F tier, but I'm going to be nice. C tier. While the white spotted char might not look like they actually do in real life, I think they look dope. I'm putting them at A tier. I love the pattern. Hate me if you want. A tier it is. The Magoi, for what they are, look great. The scales, the texture of the scales, the individual scales, is immaculate. I don't think there is another fish that has this much detail in the scales as much as the Magoi does. So for that, I'm giving it an A tier. The brook trout are just pretty. I think there's a trend where a lot of these fish don't look realistic. Not taking that into account, this fish is just pretty. And I'm going to put this at S tier. I am in a good mood. If I was on Golden Ridge right now, and let me know if you guys want to see a tier list for Golden Ridge. Golden Ridge, I think, would be majority F tier. Let me know down in the comments if you guys want to see that video. Correct me if I'm wrong. These sockeye salmon look pretty darn good. The shape of the fish, spot on. And the colors, I think it might be spawning colors and not like the normal colors that they usually are. But it is very appealing to the eye. I'm going to give this one a B tier. There is a reason that we call rainbow trout river potatoes. They are big, bland, and ugly. The pattern on this fish looks nothing like a rainbow trout. It is too stripy. It is too gray. The colors are just off. For this horrendous botch of a fish, this one is getting an F tier. Bruh, welcome another fish to your toilet bowl. Last but not least is the Mozambique tilapia. What is an African fish doing in Japan? I have no idea. I can see they're on the right track with these colors, but the finishing touches on it, the blending, it's just not quite there. So I'm going to give this one a C tier for our final fish of this tier list. Let me know what you guys think of how I rank these fish. Overall, I think the fish in Hokkaido on the New Japan map are really great. Could they use some finishing touches? Yes. Could a couple fish use a complete rework? Also yes. Let me know down in the comments. What's the next map I should make a tier list on? Golden Ridge? Norway? South Africa? Let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'd appreciate if you hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.